happening? Just want to tap in with everybody right quick. Do a quick tap in. Peace to the family. What's going on? Just doing a quick tap in with everybody. Want to talk this boxing. Let y'all know what's going on. You know, I'm here boots on the ground, so give y'all an update on what's going on. Shout out to everybody, man. Y'all hit the like button for the old boy, too, when you're coming in. Start a poll. Did you hit the like? Hey, look, I'm reading it. Button. Question mark. Ta-da. Yeah, man. Salute. Shout out to everybody, man. Y'all hit the like button for the old boy. The old boy. Shit, I ain't gonna lie, I got some good sleep. I got some good sleep under the circumstances. You get what I'm saying? Because I normally don't sleep well when I be out of town, but got some good sleep under the circumstances. Hey, man, shout out to Ali, man. You know, I had to do a quick pop-up. Hey, Ali, you know, I didn't think I was going to go live yesterday or today, but here we are. I got my trusted Canon R10 right here. This my baby right here, man. This my baby. Get to hold it right here. I got my trusted Canon R10 right here. So I got some good things, man. We finna take off, but we finna take off. I'm trying to tell you, boy. I can't talk because loose lips sink ships. But you know, I tell you what I can tell you. Then the things that I can't tell you, you know, the reason why is because you know you will have people that try to stop the motion. Shout out to my brother Ali, man. Ali in the building. You know what I mean? So, you know, shout out to Marky Vion. Marky Vion, what's going on, brother? You know what I mean? Yeah. So you know, you gotta. I think Ness live right now, the Boston Boys too. Shout out to Ness, but I just wanna, you know what I mean? Just give everybody a shout out, let everybody know what's going on. I just met Edwin Santos downstairs. I saw him yesterday, but I met him yesterday today for the first time. Shook his hand. He looked good. Looked like he hydrated. Looked like he was able to, you know, he looked good, man. I'm gonna let y'all know what really happened though. Let y'all know what happened. Give y'all first-hand information. Shout out to Mason. He said them niggas want to argue. Mason, oh, you want to argue. I can't argue with you. You mad. Look at you. Yeah, he want to argue. I ain't got time for that shit, man. Argue. Hey, listen. Hey, Mason, when you break it down, you want to argue with a nigga about another nigga. You know what I mean? You wanna argue. You wanna argue with a nigga about another nigga. Nah, bitch, you get what I'm saying though? So yeah. But shout out to everybody, man. Shout out to everybody. Yeah, man. Look like we got some trolls. Look like we got some trolls in here. Now I stalled y'all out. Listen, I took everybody off the block list. I had over 1,000 bots. Bot accounts, because all these dudes is bots. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's a bot right there. That's a bot. I had to unblock y'all. Now y'all coming back, huh? You ain't learned your lesson. Haven't learned your lesson. Lord have mercy. I'm going to stall you out, though. I ain't going to pay you no attention. I'm going to stall you out. Anyways, yeah, so this what happened. The Virginia State Commission. The Virginia State Commission. Hey, shout out to Mr. Hot Tower. What's going on, brother? Shout out to JMD. He said, Coach, you heard anything from Keyshawn Camp on the situation? I haven't heard him make a statement. Nah, I don't know if they're gonna make one. I haven't heard anything, but I have heard something from Edwin Santos and his camp. Just spoke to him downstairs, and But this what's going on. Better yet, forget that. I heard something from the Virginia Commission. So this is what it is. Born Hustler, I know you mad you with the Norfolk. No, why would I be mad? I'm not mad. Why would I be mad? Hold on. Dean, what's good?
Hey, how are you?
Doing good.
I have stuff for you. I have polo things, I have Nike things, I have some food things, and a couple of religion stuff also too. So
Yeah.
if you're in the area, you can have a peek there.
All right. Yeah. No, I'm out of town right now. I'm in Norfolk, Virginia.
Let me check with you there next week. Is that good for you, or the middle of the week? What's good for you?
Probably get at me next weekend.
Okay, I'll call you and tell you to talk to that. Thank you.
All right, for sure. Yeah. So this was going on. The commission, the Virginia State Commission, has a rule. You remember, every state have their own commission. So if a fighter fights in California, you have the California State Commission for boxing. If a fighter fights in New York, you have the New York State Commission for boxing. If you fight in Florida, you have the Florida State Commission. And so on and so on and so on, right? Georgia State Commission. Each commission have their own rules and regulations. You get what I'm saying? Each commission have their own rules and regulations. So what happened was, under the Virginia State Commission rules, if a fighter was to come in overweight, so many pounds or contract or whatever, the fighter, now this has nothing to do with the WBO. The fighter in Edwin Santos still must be paid because he didn't break the terms of the contract. Keyshawn came in overweight by 4 pounds, 3 ounces. So, according to the Virginia State Commission, Edwin Santos is still supposed to get paid his purse in full. So, if you're Edwin Santos, they probably looking at it like, well, shit, if we're going to get this paid our money anyways, and don't have to fight them to get it, what's the incentive for fighting him outside of winning the title? Because if he become a champion, then of course his price is going to go up for what he charged per fight from that point forward. So that's the way the commission has it set up here. So Edwin Santos, because of the Virginia State Commission, more than likely, when the smoke is settled, I don't know what the process is, how long it's going to take for him to get his money, but he's going to get paid his full purse. I think it was getting paid like $400,000 or $500,000 to fight Keyshawn Davis. He's going to get that. He's going to get his full purse without even stepping into the ring. So some people will say, "Oh man, that messed up. Man, look, Edwin Santos, he ducking. See what I'm saying? This and that. I'm like, dude, at the end of the day, had Keyshawn Davis showed up and was on weight like he was supposed to, we wouldn't be having this discussion. You have to always go back to the root cause of everything. What's the root cause? What caused this? It's like a dude, let's say a dude commit a crime, right? You go in the courtroom, them crackers give you 20 years. Man, that messed up, man. Them crackers gave me 20 years, man. They over-sentenced me. They ain't have to do that. You might be right. They might did over-sentence you. They might didn't have to do that. But guess what? For every cause, there's an effect. For every action, there's a reaction. Your actions that you took put you in a position for somebody else to over-sentence you in their courtroom. Yes, they may have over-sentenced you. Yes, they may give the white boys coming there, they get less time and they give us more time. All of that very well may be true, but the fact still remains the same. Had you not committed that action that you did, committed that crime or whatever in the streets, we would not be talking about you being sentenced in a courtroom for 20 years. Did you get what I'm saying? So, I say all that to say this. Why, from a business standpoint, Edwin De Los Santos ain't fought in 2 years? Then he's already an underdog in the fight. Everybody's saying he was going to get knocked out, right? Then he's fighting the guy in his own backyard. So everything is against him. Then the guy comes in overweight. So he didn't have to go through draining those last few pounds, losing fluid from his brain, looking dried up and weight drained like Edwin De Los Santos looked on stage. He didn't have to go through that. So once he rehydrates on top of what he did already, he already gonna be bigger, stronger, whatever, right? So Edwin De Los Santos like, well, shit, man, if that's the now listen, this is the rule. This is the Virginia State Boxing Commission. This is the Boxing Commission. It ain't necessarily, it's the Boxing Commission. You get what I'm saying? So, you know, it is what it is. It is what it is, so, you know. Shit. They probably told him, you know, I don't know if his promoter told him, which is Samson. I don't know if his promoter told him, but they probably told him, like, look, why you shit, you know what I mean? According to the commission, since Keyshawn Davis came in overweight, and he didn't have to drain himself like you did, the fight canceled. Now that the fight is canceled because you decided not to fight him, because Edwin De Los Santos initially was still going to fight him. Because Keyshawn, I think they offered him like an extra $300,000. They was going to give him like an extra $200,000 or $300,000 to fight anyways. Because it's a bad look. Because Keyshawn had, you know, Michael Vick is here. He's from Norfolk. Allen Iverson, all these people there, they still here. Hell, I even met a guy, shout out to Frank. Frank from Country Wayne Skits. I just did a, you guys familiar with this dude right here? You guys? Who familiar with Country? Who watched Country Wayne Skits in the chat? Cause I watch everything. I watch boxing content. I watch a lot of stuff. I watch everything, like a lot of stuff. Kay said, yeah. Lamar said, yeah. Are you do you know a character on the Country Wayne Skits named Frank? Y'all familiar with Frank, Lil Hot and all them? Y'all know Frank? That character? And his cousin Chase. Only the people who watch Country Wayne Skits know what I'm talking about. Shout out to Kendall Price in the building. He said all the people in the skits have motion. Yeah. So I just saw him. I just saw him right here. Frank. Just saw him right here. Florida boy. You know, he from Jacksonville. My dad is from Jacksonville, Duval County. So I got family in Duval. I haven't seen him in a long, long time, to be honest with you. So to be fair, so I haven't seen him in a long time. But however, yeah, but I just saw him here. I just linked up with him. Yo, Frank and Cho. Hey, Sean, here you go right here. Yeah, doggone Frank. Yeah, man. So we just exchanged numbers, man. He talking about, so we talking about linking up, doing something together, man, on the business tip. So I'm not upset that I came here. Like anywhere I go, let me tell you something about me, right? I'm a hell of a network marketer. I'm a hell of a networker. Anywhere I go, I network. Anywhere I go, I know how to parlay a situation. So he was like, man, look, take my number down, man. We need to do something. You get what I'm saying? And he loved boxing. He loved boxing. He's a boxing fanatic. You get what I'm saying? So, you know, he loved boxing. He like, man, let's do something. So like anywhere I go, bro, like y'all have no idea. Y'all have no idea. Like it's a lot of shit opening up. There's a lot of shit opening up for the platform. A lot of shit opening up for us that I'm doing that y'all might not even see in the background, bro. Like it's a lot of shit going down. And you know, when you're a networker such as myself, and being, you know, being the type of dude I am that come from the street, I'm a hustler. I'm a bona fide hustler. Like I can take nothing to make something out of it. I can take this nickel. I can take this nickel and make that bitch into $1. You get what I'm saying? Like for real. But, you know. But yeah, man, so he here, man. So we, you know what I mean? But that's what's going on with Edwin Santos. So what we doing is, according to the commission, if he can get paid, bro, you know, without having to fight, that's the rules. And this all started, you know, because of, you know, Big Dog Willie. He say J. Paul Tank November 22nd. Hey, Big Dog Willie. He's still on that. Hey, you crazy, man. Yep. Shout out to your boy Mambo. Mambo, what's going on, baby boy? Baby boy, what's happening? Jazz Funk in the building. James Lee is in the building. He said, Dula about to make us proud tonight. Allah's the best of planners, main event. I mean, yeah, you will see. We'll see how it play out. We'll see how it play out. I'm supposed to be hooking up with them later on after the fight, so Abdullah Mason. I'll probably get an interview with him, more than likely. He said, I take lessons. He said, I get you trying to say you take lemons and make lemonade. Yeah, hey, man, shit. He said, Key tried his best to make the weight. Oh, yeah? He said, you here in Norfolk, coach? Absolutely. Downtown, I'm here in Norfolk. Downtown, right now. Been here since yesterday morning. He said, I'm real interested in the Kevin's fight. Looks like it would be a real good one, coach. Yeah, I don't, you know what I mean? I've seen Kevin fight a few times, you know, so we'll see how that work out. You know, Bomac here, so, you know, he'll still have Bomac in his corner. James Lee say no, he didn't in his evidence. Yeah, he said he tried to make weight out. Yeah, I seriously doubt that myself, but I'm with you. Hey, James Lee, I'm with you on that, but it is what it is. Flip Jackson say, so should dude move up and weight? Yeah, he already said he moving up. He ain't got no choice. He already said he moving up. What did say, family? Say, interview Mason for us, coach. It's his moment. Brighten up. I don't know who the fuck he is. Yeah. Ricardo say, what a disappointment. You know, I mean, it is what it is. It is what it is, fam. I ain't, you know. Shit happens, bro. Shit happens. You know, man, you got to make the best. You got to make the best out of any situation. Shout out to Chastity. Chastity, what's going on, sis? He said, what you say? I was going to go to this fight. I'm glad I didn't. Yeah. Yeah, see, that's, hey, Chastity, that's the thing, though, right? It's like, that's what I was saying. What about all the people who spent money? What about all the people who spent money to be here. And they came specifically to see Keyshawn Davis fight. And they find out the day of the weigh-in, the day before the fight, that the fight is not happening. You just spent money. Now, if you came here specifically to see your fighter fight, you don't lost money on airfare. That money gone. You don't lost money on hotel stay. That money gone. I'm paying $1,200 in this hotel right now. You don't lost money on hotel stay. And you don't lost money. Now you can sell the tickets. You probably get your money back for the tickets, but the purpose of you coming here was to enjoy the experience of watching the fight. So I think at this point, people should just probably gonna go ahead and just watch it anyways. You know, because it's a saving grace. You do have Abdullah Mason on there, and you know, he's a headliner by default. So one man's trash is another man's treasure. One man's loss is another man's opportunity. You get what I'm saying? So just so happened this worked out for Abdullah Mason. He's fighting in Keyshawn Davis's hometown, in Keyshawn Davis's city. And now Keyshawn Davis' brothers are on his undercard by default, because now he's the main event. So, you know, it worked out. It worked out for Abdullah Mason. All he got to do is put his pimp game down. All he got to do is put his pimp game down and win. Look impressive, win. You know what I mean? That's all he got to do. Shout out to Chastity. What you say? But I'm not going to lie. Santos played it well, but he could have been a hero by taking the fight and beating Key. Yes, he could have. But I think what he did, Chastity, was he looked at the risk. He mitigated the circumstances. He mitigated the circumstances as it relates to he had to weigh up the risk versus the reward. The risk outweighed the reward for him. He was only getting paid $400,000. That's it, which is a lot of money to me and you. $400,000. He's been out of the ring for 2 years, so he's getting paid $400,000. Keyshawn, from what I've learned, I'm hearing that they offered him another $200,000 to fight, or $300,000 to fight, because they were trying to save the fight. Okay, we'll pay you $300,000. You know, we're trying to save the fight. But I heard that they wanted more money, and Bob Arum balked at it. They were like, "No, $300,000 ain't enough. We want $500,000 or something of that sort." That's what I'm hearing, right? And I'm right here at the hotel where all the fighters at. I just saw Edwin Santos downstairs. I just saw him. But you know, me and his trainer was talking. And so he just weighed the risk versus the reward. Bob didn't want to put up no more money. He was like, "Nah, I ain't getting you that." So they like, "Fuck it, we not gonna fight." And according to the Virginia Boxing Commission, you got to pay us the money that you was gonna pay me to fight Keyshawn Davis. Now you got to pay me that same money not to fight him. Simple as that. So he weighed the risk versus reward. So that's probably something that him and his team spoke about. Probably his promoter. You get what I'm saying? So it is what it is. And again, that's according to the Virginia Commission. I ate all these. That's according to the commission. What it say, fam? You say, honestly, you're not mad at Edwin? Yeah, I mean, that's just a reality of the situation, fam. Yep. What it say, Lord Vaughn said, yeah, bro was hydrated and well at the weigh-in while Edwin was looking drained. Not fair. Yeah, Edwin didn't look good to me. He didn't look good to me at all, bro. You saw it in his eyes. Like when you look at a weigh-in, you always got to look at a fighter's eyes. When their eyes go to looking glossy, and they go to looking like they lethargic, like the way what happened when with Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence. You saw that glossy look in both of their eyes. Damn, this nigga Crawford bone structure showing. Nigga look like, you get what I'm saying? Errol Spence. You see it in their eyes. You can hear it in their voice. Because when you cut that much weight to make weight, you're at your weakest point. You're at your weakest point, right? Then you got to replenish that to make your body feel like it's supposed to feel. And then you're going to gain more weight on top of that, get back to your walk-around weight or something of that sort. Or close to it. Yeah. Big Dog Willie, what'd you say, fam? Said Boston is a wild, wild west? Yes, sir, it is. Ricardo May said Keyshawn did it on purpose. You think so? Shout out to Jamie from New York. What's going on, brother? I just saw Edwin Santos, man. He's a nice guy, bro. He's a real nice guy. Really nice guy, man. Real nice guy. So, and you figure, come fight night, Keyshawn probably going to weigh about 165, 170. Come fight night, tonight. Edwin Santos probably going to come in and weigh about maybe that as well. Probably he probably come in and weigh about, probably gain another 20 pounds, 25 pounds, something like that. I mean, I just saw him. Right now, he don't, you could tell he looks totally different than he did yesterday. Right now, he looks good. Edwin Santos looks good right now. I don't think he's fully hydrated yet, but he looked a whole lot better than he did yesterday. He's smiling. You know, yesterday he looked like a zombie yesterday, fam. To be honest with you. You know what I mean? Kevin, what you say, fam? I'm like you, coach. I took my feelings out of the sport, so I can care less. I mean, you know, at the end of the day, it's like I don't have any emotional. See, I keep everything in its proper perspective. I'm a fan of the sport of boxing. I'm not the fighter. The fighter owes no obligation to me from a personal standpoint, but as a boxing fan, the fighter owes the fans, at least if you're going to get in the ring and fight, put on a good show for us. Because the fans are what? The paying public. The fans are the paying public. They're paying, right? So, you owe the paying public. You owe the paying public. You get what I'm saying? And once you lose the paying public, you become a man. You become a man without a land. You become a man on your own island at that point. You know. Roland say he ain't trying to get done dirty like Ryan Garcia did Devin. Yeah, man. It's so that's it. That's the commission. According to the commissioner rules, because the fight has been canceled, based on and I'm looking at what the people saying in the chat right here. People left comments on yesterday's show. It's a lot of comments. You know, I know I love the comments, boy. This right here is where my subject matter come from. My subject matters come from the comment section. Because the comment section, the people telling you how they feel in real time. Like you guys typing in the chat, you telling them how you feel in real time. That's the meat and potatoes. He said, Coach, how does missing weight affect your coach? What? He said, how does missing weight affect your coach? Yeah. I don't know if you're addressing that to me. That didn't make no sense. He said, forgot Michael Vick would be there. He let Michael Vick down. He said, Coach, I didn't see the weigh-in. I got a question. Was Keyshawn given an opportunity to lose the 4 pounds? Yes. He said he didn't. He said, yeah, he did. He was given an opportunity to lose it. He said no. He said he's not going to try to lose the weight. They asked me, so are you going to try to lose the weight? Lose the 4 pounds? He said no. He said no. Shout out to round one. Round one, what's up, fam? He said, my boy, round two, and the Boston boys right now going crazy. Oh, yeah? Shout out to the Boston boys, man. Yeah, Keyshawn was given an opportunity. He said no. So he ain't doing it, so. You know what? And I think it's stuff like this that, people was getting excited this week. Yeah, man, we got Keyshawn fighting, man, to do the Mason fight on the undercard. As I said before, like I said before, what made that card great was the combination of Keyshawn headlining versus Edwin de los Santos and Abdullah Mason versus Nakathila on as the co-main event. Troy Isley on there, Keyshawn Davis's younger brothers on there, and that's good for Norfolk, Virginia. Well, at least we get to see 2 of the Davises. We get to see the young one, which is a prospect. I think he like 2-0 or something of that sort, and we get to see Kelvin. Kelvin is nowhere near as, and no disrespect to Kelvin, but he's nowhere near as talented as Keyshawn. He's not even on that level at all. So, I don't know how big his fan base is in Norfolk or whatever. I think Keyshawn is the main attraction, to be fair. So Keyshawn Davis is the main attraction. Let's break down that word. Main, meaning primary, then attraction, meaning drawing to. If I am the main attraction, I am the reason why people are being drawn to this event. Why? Because I am the main attraction. And you couple that in conjunction with a young up-and-coming prospect that's getting a lot of buzz and got a lot of traction as the co-main event. You get what I'm saying? Shout out to Bruce Gas. That's what sells the fight. Now, once you remove the main attraction from that equation, it's a total different dynamic. Shout out to Green Eyes P. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button. It's a total different dynamic. You get what I'm saying? So, EMT Rick, salute. Shout out to Tony Boswell. Tony Boswell, so Keyshawn fight is off because he missed weight? Yes. He said Keyshawn thought he was smart and played himself. The Martin said, Coach, you think Bob Arum will make another fight in Norfolk? Yeah, I think he will. Yeah. Why wouldn't he? It doesn't make sense not to make another fight there. Why wouldn't he? You know what I mean? I mean, that's the market. That's the market where Keyshawn is a draw at. If you got a fighter that can sell in his backyard, it's smart business to do that. You don't have to work as hard to sell the fight because it's already, the fight gonna sell itself. Because of the person is a mainstay, he's a brand within the community, and he's a draw within his community. He said, I'm not sure if it's possible, but I'd like to see the Davis versus the Vargas brothers. Oh, okay. King Henry say these fans are so critical after one mistake. I mean, that's the nature of the beast. But they're critical after one mistake depending on who the fighter is. depending on who the fighter is. If it's a fighter like a Ryan Garcia, they won't be critical, because Ryan Garcia has a rabid fan base who don't hold him accountable for anything. But then if it's a fighter that they hate, like a Shakur Stevenson or a Devin Haney or Terrence Crawford or something like that, then the dynamic, then the dynamic changes. So I think fans pick and choose who they want to be mad at and not mad at based on the fighters, based on whether they like the fighter or not, based on their emotional attachment to the fighter or not. They don't keep it. They don't keep the same energy. They don't keep the same energy at all. Yeah, so no cap say, don't you think you heard this commercial about in Norfolk? I mean, I don't know. Shout out to Damien. He say, to be fair, Bud don't really give the haters a reason to hate. Man, hey, Damien, check this out. Bruh, when you see this power move I'm making right now, Damien. Hey, Damien, I know what I need to talk to you off air. My Instagram is tripping, dog. I'm trying to get in my IG, dog, and man, this shit. Let me show y'all what it's doing. Y'all can't see it. Security method, I ain't tripping on that. So, but yeah, anyway, fuck it. Fuck Instagram. I ain't tripping. They'll open it back up. I got a lot of messages I'm saying, but I can't see them. I can't get in it. They switch to some shit. Authentication code. I did that. That shit ain't working. Anyways, he said it wasn't Keyshawn who called the fight off. It was Edwin. But Edwin called the fight off due to Keyshawn Davis's actions. See, you can't leave that out. Your girlfriend broke up with you. Well, it wasn't. Your girlfriend called the wedding off. Well, it wasn't the groom who called the wedding off. It was the bride who called the wedding off. She called the wedding off. So technically, we spent money to get here to come to the wedding, but she the reason why the wedding ain't happened. But you're forgetting one important aspect of it. She called the wedding off because she caught the groom in bed with her best friend. Now y'all be leaving out, and then you want to blame her. Well, it's her fault, and then absolve the dude who had her best friend in the bed spread eagle. Come on, fam. For every action, there's a reaction. Yeah, man. What did they say? Edwin is smart. 4 pounds is a detriment in boxing. He was fighting an uphill battle. Paul said boxing scene reports that the promoter called the fight off. Well, if that's what the boxing scene said, I mean, I said that yesterday. I said more than likely it looked like maybe Scampson lied with Sampson probably told him, look, man, you're gonna get paid anyways. That's why I told y'all the rules of the Virginia Commission. Edwin de los Santos is going to get paid anyways. He's going to get paid the same money without taking the risk of fighting a person that he's an underdog against in his own backyard, and that didn't make weight. You get what I'm saying? You gotta look at the mitigating circumstances. You gotta weigh the pros versus the cons. If hell, I'm fighting him for $400,000. If I win, I get the belt. Now he comes in, but we had a contract agreeing that we were gonna come in at 135 or less. He broke the contract. Once you break the contract, all bets can be off. Now, Keyshawn did try to save the fight. Keyshawn agreed, for what I'm hearing, to pay Edwin De Los Santos an extra $200,000 or $300,000 on top of the $400,000 he was being paid to save the fight. And Edwin De Los Santos was going to fight him, still going to fight him. But something happened, and I'm thinking maybe Samson probably told him, "Nah, don't do it." Samson probably told him, "Nah, don't do it." According to the rules, look, you rather fight for an extra $300,000 and risk getting beat up and hurt because you dehydrated and you got to rehydrate and come back up, and this guy have to go through that, make that final cut. So you fighting him on an uneven playing field. I spoke to this trainer. I spoke to Edwin De Los Santos' head trainer. Literally. Spoke to him. You know what I'm saying? So, according to the commission, you're going to get your whole check anyways. So you rather get $400,000 for not fighting or $600,000-$700,000 to fight and get knocked out and risk your health and all that stuff there. So that's probably how they pitched it to him. And I'm hearing something about a rehydration clause. There wasn't going to be no rehydration. There wasn't going to be a rehydration or anything. So he can hydrate up to whatever weight he want to hydrate up to. I heard that as well. So, and then if you look at it from Edwin De Los Santos comes out smelling like roses in this. I'm gonna tell you why. Because from a PR standpoint, it's all making Keyshawn Davis look bad. There's a few people saying Edwin De Los Santos, it ain't but one or two of them. They come in far and few. From an optic standpoint, it's making Keyshawn Davis look bad. Because Edwin De Los Santos can say, look, I showed up to fight. I trained. I was out of the ring for 2 years, and I still showed up to fight this guy. And I agreed to come to his own backyard, fight him in front of his fans, fight him in front of Michael Vick, fight him in front of Allen Iverson, fight him, fight on another platform, another promotional company for $400,000. And this dude, so I was an ultimate professional, and this dude wasn't professional enough to uphold his end of the bargain. So no matter how much you try to spin it to Edwin De Los Santos, it's always going to come back to Key. Because by him not making the weight is the sole reason why this fight is not happening. Irregardless of what you can say about Edwin De Los Santos. And again, I don't have a dog in the race. I don't have a relationship with Keyshawn Davis. I don't have a relationship with Edwin De Los Santos. But I'm just calling a spade a spade. Yeah, your wife. Yeah, your fiance, when y'all was at the wedding, the day before the wedding, she called it off after everybody came from all over the country to come to this wedding who you invited. And you wanted to see your homeboy and your homegirl, get married. Bridesmaid don't came. You got the bridesmaid. You got the flowers. They booking hotels. They coming to see y'all get married. Only to have your bride-to-be catch you in the bed with her best friend and you got her in the buck. Man, you don't came this far. You should just go ahead and just go through and get married. She could have went on ahead and got married still. But she said, no, you know what? Fuck it. I'm finna call it off. It's done. But what about all the people who came? I don't give a fuck about all the people who came. It's done. And the money that I invested in this wedding, I'm going to get that back anyways. So, Flip say, should we now consider Keyshawn a weight bully? You can consider what you want, fam. That's to the interpretation of the individual. Martin said, Coach, would anyone care about this fight had De Los Santos not fought Shakur? I mean, it doesn't matter. That's besides the point. Whether would anyone care about this fight if Edwin De Los Santos not fought Shakur? I mean that's besides the point. Doesn't matter what reason why people cared about the fight. People like boxing. People like a good matchup. People thought that Edwin De Los Santos was a good matchup for Keyshawn Davis. It doesn't matter if people probably wouldn't even care about the fight had he not fought Shakur Stevens. That's besides the point. What that got to do with what's going on right now? People like Edwin De Los Santos. People like a good matchup. That's what makes boxing fans excited. We like the matchup. People look at Edwin De Los Santos as a good fighter. We like the matchup. Now, if Keyshawn was fighting hog head cheese, people wouldn't give a damn. Oh, he fighting hog head cheese. Who the fuck that is? We just come to see Keyshawn anyway. But people like the matchup because they really thought that, okay, this is a good test for Keyshawn. We can see what's up. He said, well, does De Los Santos have more fans or a resume close to T.O.'s? Yeah, I don't know. I think maybe T.O. got a better resume, but it don't matter. If you're not a draw, you're not a draw. And with De Los Santos don't really have fans like that. Put it this way. Edwin De Los Santos, he really don't have fans like that because he doesn't really speak English and he's Dominican, right? So he doesn't have a fan base in the United States like that. Teofimo Lopez is Honduran American, two-division champion, two-division lineal champion, former unified champion at 135, and he got just as many fans, and he ain't got no fans. So one guy's more accomplished in the pros, the other guy, and Edwin De Los Santos is a champion as well. He beat what? We beat all what? El Rayo, I think. Didn't he beat El Rayo for the belt or something like that? So a lot of these dudes ain't got no fans like that, fam. A lot of these dudes ain't got no fans like that. Yeah. A lot of these dudes ain't got no fans like that, fam. He said he did not win the belt, but he beat El Rayo. Oh, okay. I wasn't sure. I didn't know when he beat El Rayo, was that for a belt or not. I wasn't sure. He said Santos made a name off the Stevenson fight. No, I think he kind of made a name off the El Rayo fight because everybody thought that El Rayo was going to beat him. When he knocked out El Rayo, he stopped him. So that kind of like made people look like, because I remember, because a lot of people was talking about what El Rayo was going to do to Edwin De Los Santos, and then when Edwin De Los Santos ended up blasting him, getting him out of there, I think he stopped him in 3. Then that's what people was like, that's what made people intrigued about Shakur Stevenson and Edwin De Los Santos. It was the fight that he had with El Rayo, if I'm not mistaken, that made people intrigued. Because everybody, oh man, this dude can crack. He can punch. And then we saw how that turned out. Damn, I got a knot on my neck. What's this? Damn, my gunshot wound. Wow, what the fuck is this on my neck? Something bit me yesterday. Shout out to One IK. Al LaPound say, then all of a sudden Shakur hands hurt. So, I mean, it is what it is, man. It's the nature of the beast, fam, when it comes to this sport. It's the reality of the situation. So, he said, my favorite promoter told y'all I was on a few boxing fans. That's why they go after the casuals. Hey, Damien, I wish I can post this comment on the screen. That's why I love Booger Ray Leonard. I know I give him a lot of flack, Damien, but as time went on, and I took my feelings out of it, and I looked at what Leonard Ellaby said, Leonard Ellaby was right all along, bro. Damien, you hit the nail right on the head. Leonard Ellaby was right all along. He said, it ain't that many boxing fans. It ain't that many people that buy pay-per-views. He said, we got this down to a science. That's why we making Tank an attraction. He's an attraction. He attracts the money. He attracts the people. He's a draw. That's why he said that. Listen, like Booger Ray Leonard was right, bro. Oh, listen. I got a corner like a T.I. is. He was right, bro. He was right. Boxing is a very, very small niche sport. And boxing is not popping in America anymore like it was in the early 2000s, like it was in the 90s, in the 80s. That's over with. It's popping in the UK. We don't even have a boxing culture. We don't even have a boxing culture in America. There's no boxing culture in America no more. Those days are over with. It's about social media. It's about clicks and likes. It's about views. It's about, hell, as a matter of fact, the content creators, a lot of the content creators in boxing are more popular than a lot of these fighters. And this is the crazy part about it. When you're a fighter and you have a fight coming up, you have to spend money, pay for per diems for sparring partners. You bring them in, pay for their meals, pay for their travel, put them up in a hotel or whatever to spar. Your training camp may run you $20,000, $30,000, $100,000. You know, the more money you have, the more you can get some really, really good quality training. People who gonna push your fighter. You pay all that money, right? And then the day of the fight, the day before the fight is canceled. It don't happen. You spent all of that money for nothing. You spent all of that money for nothing. Literally. You spent all of that money for nothing, fam. Shout out to Jonathan Suarez. You get what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying, brother? Like, that money gone. Shout out to Ali. That money gone. He said, Coach, you covering it on the Nakatani fight? Yeah, I'm gonna be there. I'm here. I'm in Virginia right now. I'm here. Got my media pass. Well, I got my band. We're gonna get the media passes at 4 o'clock. Let me see what time it is. It's almost 2. Let me check my email. We're supposed to pick up our media passes at 4 o'clock. See what's up. Yeah, we got to pick them up at 4 o'clock, so. Hey, shout out to True School Sports. Hey, what's going on, brother? What's going on? He said, shout out to you, Coach. Listening to you 2:52 a.m. from Japan. Oh, you in Japan? Hey, you over there watching the Brian Norman fight? Dang, True School, he be everywhere, bro. God damn. See, that's some dedication right there, bro. You get what I'm saying? Let me go ahead and mod you up, man. It's my guy right here. Go ahead and mod him up right quick. All right, you good. Shout out to Kiki. Kiki, what's going on, Kiki? Yeah, so you spent all of that money. You spent all that money for training camp, and then now the fight gone. So Keyshawn Davis wasted money. Edwin Santos wasted money. So you got an opportunity to get your money back, or get your money that you invested in training, plus what you're supposed to get paid without stepping in the ring. Hey. He said, wait. He said, when is Norman fighting? Norman fight on the 19th. Norman fight on the 19th. 19th of this month, if I'm not mistaken. He said, yeah, I'll be here, Brian Norman Jr. Only 11 more days. Just seen Norman last night. Oh, okay, cool. That's cool, fam. Shout out to Ali. Shout out to Gold Rush in the building. Yeah, Norman fight on the 19th, if I'm not mistaken. Matter of fact, let me see. You said 11 days, so check the calendar. June. Norman fight on a Saturday? Well, the 19th is Thursday. Hey, True School. Are they fighting on a Thursday? They fighting on a Thursday? Cause I think Brian Norman Sr. told me they fighting on the 19th, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not sure. He said Brian Norman, yeah, Jen Sasaki. When is that fight? Oh, you said it, yeah. When is that fight? Because I think he told me the 19th. Shout out to, all right, he said, yes, they fighting on the Thursday. Okay, cool. Yeah, because you know what? He did tell me that they're fighting on the 19th. I just said, I spoke to Brian Norman Sr. Well, I didn't speak to him, but I sent him a text message. He replied back to me. So, you know, he let me know they was doing well. I've been watching the videos on Facebook. You know, I've been watching, because I can't get into my Instagram account, but I've been watching the videos on Facebook they've been posting. Yeah, man. And as I said before, each commission have their own rules and guidelines. From what I've learned, the Virginia Boxing Commission, Edwin de los Santos, is entitled to his entire fight purse without having to step foot in the ring because of the actions of Keyshawn Davis. Now, Edwin de los Santos can ignore that and say, no, I want to save the fight. I'm going to fight you anyways. But that'll be more of a reward. It depends on how you look at it. Again, Edwin de los Santos is a huge underdog. Everybody is looking at him to get knocked out. I was talking to, let me see. Yeah, I don't want to say that because I don't want to put the brother name under the bus, because if I say that, then Keyshawn will probably maybe fire this guy or not want to deal with him anymore. So I'm not going to say that. But I'll just say this. I'll say if there was people who did their job and the sole reason, the sole purpose of Keyshawn not making weight falls squarely on him. Can't blame Bomag. Can't blame Esau. Can't blame Bernie. Can't blame nobody but him. It falls on him. So he said, Coach, do you have any merch available right now? And how do we go about getting it? No, I don't have any merch available right now. I will probably next week or the week after next. In a couple of weeks, I have everything ready. Like this, right? Like me, like I support. You see this here? This is a black business right here. New plug. I support. You know what I mean? I got boxer shorts that I have on that was made. A friend of mine, she a lesbian. Well, back in the day we used to call them dykes. She a dyke, but that's my partner. You know, I mean, you know what I mean? And I get my T-shirts and stuff from my cousin. My cousin, you know, she'll die too, but she got her own clothing store. Um, yeah, they got their own shit, bro. They got their own shit. So I go out of my way to spend money. Like any city I go in, bro, I'm looking for the black businesses to support. That's any city I go in. If I'm going to a restaurant, I need to find, you get what I'm saying? Hey, he say the Puerto Rican assassin, pound for pound, #1. Yeah, man, you know, listen, man, the Puerto Rican assassin, Edgar Berlanga, man. You know, y'all got a man, you know, the takeover. You know, that's the real takeover. The Puerto Rican assassin, Edgar Berlanga. I'm Edgar Berlanga. I'm just saying, I went 12 rounds with Canelo with these. You know, when I put these on Canelo, you saw what I did. You saw how I handled myself. You know what I mean? After I got knocked down, what did I do? I banged my gloves together and I stood right back up. All of you guys said that I was going to get knocked out. And Edgar Berlanga run over that shit. Because people did say he was going to get knocked out. And I'm like, damn, you know, Canelo ain't knocked nobody out since Caleb played. Shout out to Shad. He said Keyshawn thought that he would eat one last pork chop sandwich with hog head cheese and make weight. You know what I mean? I went 12 rounds with Canelo. I say, bro. And I'm sitting back looking at Edgar Berlanga, right? And I say, you know what? Edgar Berlanga gets it. Pito Frescobar say the new Netflix special, Surviving Canelo. Man, that man, bro. Hey, you know what? All jokes aside, Pito, that's a good idea. If I ever interview Edgar Berlanga, all I'm going to talk to him about is that Canelo fight. You know, Edgar, you came from nothing. Let people know about, I know the story is out there, but tell me what you went through. How did you get to this point in your life? Well, you know, my dad did time in prison, yo. You get what I'm saying? And, you know, where was your mother at that time? Well, you know, she was doing such. Okay, and then I was getting in trouble a lot. And then I was in foster care. Do you know that the foster care system, you know, very few kids actually get adopted? Did you know that? There's nobody there to protect you. So I have to fight every day, all the time. Like, I literally came up from nothing, yo. I used to eat cereal with water in it. And a local bodega on the floor. You get what I'm saying? I'm from Brooklyn, the home of Biggie. The Notorious B.I.G. Big Daddy Kane. You know, then, you get what I'm saying? You know, so you got to understand where I come from. And then, you know, don't you know I got more knockouts than Mike Tyson, first-round knockouts than Mike Tyson? I have 17 first-round knockouts. You can say what you want to say about my level of competition, but if it was that easy, how come nobody else knocked them out the way I knocked them out? Well, how come what I've done has not been replicated so far in the sport of boxing? So that tells you everything, first round knockouts. The power is real. It's real. You saw Canelo face after the fight. Look at my face after the fight and look at his face. You saw the damage that I've done. I was in there with the legend, years of experience. You know, I learned a lot on that fight. I fought at the highest level. You get what I'm saying? Bro, I just sit there and I couldn't. Hey, it'd be so hard, no Diddy, for me to not to laugh. I'm like, I'm good at putting them jumper cables on a nigga. Now, one thing about me now, I will put the jumper cables on your ass quick. I'll put them jumper cables on you quick, boy. Yeah, man, shit. It ain't gonna take much. It ain't gonna take much to get them hyped up. Yeah, man, you know what I mean? Surviving Canelo. Man, Edgar, how were you able to survive those 12 rounds? I mean, you talking about Canelo. Canelo fought Floyd Mayweather. He fought the Puerto Rican legend Miguel Cotto. He fought Austin Trout. He fought Laura. He fought doggo Danny Jacobs. He fought Triple G 3 times, yo. You know, he did that. All of that experience. And you haven't fought anybody on that level, and the way you was able to handle yourself in that fight after everybody said you was going to get knocked out, you did not get overwhelmed. What does that say about your ring IQ, Edgar? Hey, shout out to On Deck, man. What did it say, fam? Colorado Springs. He said, coach in Colorado Springs. No. I'm in Virginia, Norfolk. I'm at the Keyshawn Davis fight. Yeah. How did you get that, Edgar? That's what I'm saying, yo. When people talk about me, they don't talk about my ring IQ. See, it took ring IQ for me. It was like a chess match in there with Canelo. Yeah, I just get him hyped up. That's it. That's all they're gonna take. He gonna take it around with it. He gonna take it around with it. Listen, I'm gonna tell him that. Hey, True School said I'm proud to say that I picked Edgar to lose by decision that fight. Yeah, I picked him to lose. I picked him to lose too. I didn't pick him to get knocked out. I was like, man, this man, shit. I said, everybody know what this is, man. This is a, you get what I'm saying? I say everybody know what this is, man. This ain't, but the fact that Edgar Berlanga did something that no one was able to do, who fought Canelo? He took it and parlayed it. This man created his own wave. I went to Puerto Rico. I went to the island after that, the motherland. The motherland, Puerto Rico, where all the Puerto Ricans came from. Puerto Rico, you get what I'm saying? It's the motherland. It's like the Puerto Rican, you get what I'm saying? All Puerto Ricans have to pay homage to the island. I went back to the island and I got accepted from my people. My father's from Puerto Rico. I still got a lot of family there. And when I went there, you saw what they did. They threw a parade for me. I said everybody out of the hoods that was surrounding me with dirt bikes. You saw that. Everything went up. Everything goes up now. It's up now. I'm the A side. Caleb Plant is a B side to me. I'm the A side. It's like, man, I gotta hear all this shit here. You can do something called, hold on. Let me type this to myself so I don't forget. Hold on. I'm typing myself something. I'm a walking idea. So when I come up with something, I got to put this down. The victory in defeat. The victory in defeat. Surviving Canelo. The victory in defeat. Come down the journey, walk with us as we go down, as we stroll down memory lane, analyzing how a New Yorican, Edgar Berlanga, the chosen one, you were chosen to take on a mission to do the impossible, like Tom Cruise on Mission Impossible. You were sent behind enemy lines, enemy territory, against all odds like Tupac. You went to war with Canelo with a butter knife. Canelo had a AK-47. He had a helicopter gunship. Yet and still, with great fortitude and courage and strength and bravery, you went in against all odds. There's victory in defeat. What you was able to do, Edgar, by taking that situation and parlaying it to the level of to the celebrity that you're in right now. Like right now, you're a celebrity. You have kids from all over the world looking at how you came up from watering cornflakes from the foster homes to being on the biggest stage in the world against Canelo. Now you know Benny the Jeweler. Did you think that when you was in foster care that you would be around Benny the Jeweler? Did you think that you would have ice around your neck? Explain to us what this is around your neck, because I am jury illiterate. I don't know the terminology and stuff. Explain to us what this is. You know what I mean? Like, bro, man, I'm telling you, I'm good, boy. Good. Hey, shout out to Ace Child T. What he say? He say, Coach got me to do what the hell on YouTube. Hey, Ali say, I'm thinking CB4 style. Hey, bro, I'm gonna tell you something, bro. Bro, I would paint that picture so good. You be like, damn, this nigga good, but you know what I'm saying? You know what? I need to do an interview with you more often. What's your name? Let me get your phone. Put your number in my phone. Put your number in my phone. Put the number in the phone. Yeah, I'm gonna listen. I need to do an interview with you more often. You know, cause you get it. You get it. You understand. You understand my plight, my struggle. You understand what I had to go through. You know what I mean? And for me to, and now you know there's levels to this. It's levels. You get what I'm saying? I'm like, man. Hey, I ride with the AK. Yeah, man. I have them. Listen, bro, I have, yeah. Hey, what you say, True School? Edgar Berlanga came from the trenches and went 12 rounds with the legend. Oh, that's a good one there. He came from the trenches like a rose breaking through the concrete of the sidewalk. You get what I'm saying? Like Edgar Berlanga, let me explain something to you. You was chosen before you became the chosen one. What do you mean by that? Let's look this up. I'm finna tell y'all what I'm talking about. So, I'm good. When I tell y'all I'm good at what I've been doing this shit since I was a kid. I'm good. Telling you, bro. So, I'm finna show y'all where I'm at with this. I'm looking on Google right now. Let me explain to you why you was the chosen one before you became the chosen one, and why I call you the Puerto Rican assassin right now to this day. When your father met your mother, hold up, swole up, not gonna say anything disrespectful. Hold on, Edgar. I know I'm surrounded by Puerto Ricans. I don't want no smoke. When your father met your mother, and your mother and father was in the process of, before you became conceived in the womb, there was anywhere from 200 to 300 million sperm cells swimming through the womb of your mother when your father and mother made intercourse, creating you and your brothers and all that stuff there. Out of those 200 million sperm cells, there's only one that made it to the egg. That one that made it to the egg was the chosen one out of all of the other 200 million sperm cells that was ejaculated into the womb of your mother. That one sperm cell that made contact with the egg and then mixed with ovum became a clot. And from that clot, over time, that clot germinated into a fetus. And from that fetus, after 9 months, your mother gave birth to the chosen one. And by you being the chosen one, your mother nurtured you. She suckled you like a little child. And over time, you germinated and elevated into the grown man that you are today. But while you was in that process, you went through some struggles. You struggled to be brought into the world. When your mother is giving birth, not only is she going through pain, but you went through pain as well, my brother. Preach. Hey, Ali, you already know where I'm going at with this. Teach, brother minister. And through that, through the vacuum of that lens, you became the chosen one before you was called the chosen one in the sport of boxing. Through the foster homes of the from the foster homes to the crime-ridden local bodegas, you was able to overcome adversity that will crush most people. Your father was in prison, but now he's out. You know Pistol Pete. You know Joey Crack. You are part of the terror squad. You have Benny the jeweler on your team. Now you got Ice. You're driving Ferraris and Lamborghinis and Bentleys. Now you are the Puerto Rican assassin because you was able to assassinate all of the stereotypes that come with coming from the background that you came from. So you assassinated that, overcame all of the odds to become the man that you are today. When everyone thought that you would never be in this position, you was the one that was in the position to be in the ring with Canelo. When you got knocked down in the second or third round, what did you do? Did you stay laying down, Edgar Berlanga? No, you stood back up. Why? Because that represents the fighter in you, the fight, the burning desire that you had inside. I saw the rage in your eyes, and you was determined to overcome that obstacle and knock Canelo out. Even though you did not knock him out because of the experience that Saul Canelo Alvarez had over you, you still went 12 rounds when everybody counted you out. So that's why I call you the Puerto Rican assassin. Bro, when I finish with him, I'm telling you. Hey, shout out to Trey. Trey, I saw it. When I finish with him, bro, he gonna be like, God damn, you know what, man? You know, shit on that. Damn, bro. You know what, man? Hey, you know what? Listen, we finna make you a part of the squad. Hey, Ali, he was like, you know what, man? This nigga good. We gotta put him on the team. Hey, Ali, they gonna be like, you know, this nigga good. We gotta put this nigga on the team. Hey, man, come on, man. They put him on the team. Hey, he won't be up there. Hey, they mess around, let me get on the podium, on the boxing podium. Put it this way. Listen, if they mess around, let me get on the boxing podium. Look at, hey, you know what? Hold up. You can't really talk for yourself. Let me do the talking. You can't really talk for yourself. Let me do the talking. You get what I'm saying? I'm going to get on stage. I'm going to talk. Hey, shout out to Uncle Charles. He said, salute to you, coach. You a legend hitting this game, bro. One of the best boxing IQ. Hey, man, I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. Hey, Uncle Charles, I'm telling you, if they put me, listen, let me get on the stage and talk for you, baby boy. I got you. I got you. I got you, baby boy. Don't worry about it. I got you. You get what I'm saying? You know, this brother's a phenom. We call him the phenom, right? You know, this what I tell Abdullah Mason. He's here in the same hotel with me, but this is what I tell Abdullah Mason. Abdullah, you 21 years old. You told me that you wanted to become the champion. You said that you worked your way all the way up to this point. Let me show you how Allah works. All praises due to the Most High. Prior to showing up to this event, you knew that you was going to be the co-main event. You're getting a lot of buzz in the media as of late. Your opportunity to seize the moment, to build your fan base, to build your brand is at hand. through an unfortunate situation to the fans and Edwin Santos and Keyshawn Davis, opportunity has presented itself for you to be the main event. It is your destiny for you to be in this position right now. How do I know? Who could have foreseen this fight, the main event, not happening? Who could have foreseen that? Allah is the best of planners. You have an opportunity at 21 years old, coming out of Cleveland, Ohio, to make history. If you put on a good performance this fight, there's a really good chance that your very next fight will be for the title, the WBO vacant title. Next. You behind enemy lines. The co-main event has now become the main event. The people that was coming to see Keyshawn Davis, they are now coming to see Abdullah Mason. If you can seize the moment, listen to your team, focus, pay attention, understand the sacrifices. Ali, the sacrifices, brother. You made sacrifices to get here. When you made a decision to become a boxer and undergo the discipline that it takes to become a world champion or a world-class athlete, that takes sacrifices. When you deny yourself of the pleasures of sex because you are training for a fight, that takes sacrifices. When you deny yourself food to eat because you're trying to make weight in order to compete at a high level, that takes sacrifices. I want to talk about the word sacrifice today, brothers, because I don't think that the fans understand the level of commitment and sacrifices that one must undergo in order to be successful in this sport called boxing. You get what I'm saying? When you want to become successful in life, you have to have a form of discipline. That discipline becomes sacrifices. When you want to eat, when you want to fornicate, when you want to go out in the club and party and smoke and do this and that, when you restrain yourself from these activities, that is called sacrifices that you're making, but that is called discipline. The letter D in discipline is very important, brother. You have vitamin D. You have Captain D. You have throw that D. Man, when I finish with this, Ali, when I finish with him, hey, when I finish with him, niggas gonna run through a brick wall. Hey, he said, Roach say, he said, bro, coach, you almost made me crash my car. When I finish with this, I'm gonna give him a motivational speech. Goddamn, listen, bro, when I finish with him, bro, hey, but I'm gonna give him a motivational speech. He gonna feel like he can whoop King Kong. This motherfucker, man. Hey, hold on. Let me turn the AC on. Yeah. Yeah, nigga got. Yeah, we got doggone. Yeah, we got dog. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Ali, I'm trying to tell you, bro. Listen. Hey, man. Hey, coach. Hey, what you think? Listen, man. You got to get a nigga motivated. You got to motivate him, man. You got to motivate him, man. You got to motivate him. You gotta let him believe, brother. Do you believe? You know how they have a believers meeting, right? Like in the nation, right? If you come into Mars, you know what I mean? Like when you we go fishing, right? So fishing is when you bringing new members when you bringing people to the mosque to hear the minister speak, right? The minister's job is to deliver deliver the message in a way that it inspires the deaf, dumb, and blind. So you got People in the street, our people, we say in the nation, our people are deaf, dumb, and blind. You know what I mean? They perish for the lack of knowledge, right? So you being you being conscious yourself, you're not, you being alive, so to speak. I'm trying to break it down in terms you can understand. You being alive, meaning your level of consciousness has been risen. You know that your people, they are in a dead-like state. They are the Lazarus that's in the street. It's your job to go out into the field like Jesus and put a spittle of knowledge on Lazarus' forehead and raise him from a perpendicular state to an elevated state. You see what I'm saying? To a horizontal plane. You want to raise him from the perpendicular plane to the horizontal plane. So when I fish you in and bring you into the mosque, brother, what happens is the minister is going to teach you and administer the word on you, brother. And then once he's finished, they ask you at the end of the meeting, do you believe that what you heard today is the truth? Do you believe that this is the type of teaching that our people need, that's going to help resurrect them, to save them from the deaf, dumb, and blind, mentality that the devil has put upon them? If you believe that, brother, stand up. And then whoever stand up, they are candidates to be ushered in through the ranks. You're going to bring them in, you know what I mean, get their information, yada, 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 invite them out to NOI training, during the week, stuff like that. And you work on the brother and you go to scaling them, you go to, you get what I'm saying? You go to indoctrinating them, put the game in them, stuff like that. And, it is what it is. Brother, do you believe, brother? Do you believe that you can go in that ring and beat that guy? Do you believe that you do you believe that you have what it takes in order to endure the type of pain and suffering that you're going to have to go through in order to become the best in the ring in the sport of boxing? Do you believe that? So now, once they ask you, do you believe, there's something else you must do. What's that? You got to put action behind that belief. Because if you really believe it, we will see how much you believe through your actions, through your work. Because you judge a man by his works, right? So, once you say you believe something, it's not enough to say, I believe. How do we know that you really believe this? Because we have proof. What proof do we have? We saw your actions. And so it's not necessarily more so what you do, it's what you, not more so what you say, it's what you do after what you say. You get what I'm saying? That's why they say love is an action word. Because when you say you love somebody, but you treat them like shit, then the love that you said that you had for me that came from your lips, no diddy, it's only lip service. Your actions showed me other than what you said when you professed that you loved me, brother. No diddy. Hey, this shit. hey, Ali, this shit. Hey, you know what? It's all on your pitch. I don't read a spell. You know what I mean? It's all on your pitch. How you deliver the message. It's how you deliver the message, brother. How you deliver the message. It's your tonality. It's all that. It encompasses all of that. When I finish with him. He ready. He ready. Now he's going. I don't know if he's gonna win. Now I don't know if he's gonna win, but he motivated. I got him motivated. He ready. He motivated. He ready. Yeah, he ready, dog. He ready. I'm telling you, he gonna be as ready as he gonna be. You get what I'm saying? Can you motivate him? Yeah, man. It is what it is. He said, is that how they got you, coach? Yeah, that's exactly how they got me. That's how you get God. That's how politicians get you. That's how politicians get you, religious leaders. That's how they get you. They get you through words. It's called casting a spell. It's called casting a spell. I mesmerize you with the way I deliver my message. You get what I'm saying? It's called casting a spell. So, and then especially if you get them while they're young. When you're young, you know your frontal cortex hasn't been developed yet, so it's very easy for someone young to be manipulated because they don't have something called experience. They haven't lived long enough. They haven't lived long enough to experience life. They don't know what jive, turkey, and the bullshitter yet. They don't know when game is being ran on them yet. So it's very easy to be manipulated when you're young and indoctrinated. It's very easy to be indoctrinated. Yeah, I don't heard it all, bro. I don't heard it all. So, you know, a nigga can't tell me shit. Can't tell me that, dog. Been there, done that, dog. Been there, done that, bro. I don't learn from the best, dog. I don't learn from the best. I don't heard some of the best orators on the planet. I don't heard from some of the best orators on the planet, bro. It's gonna take a whole lot. It's gonna take a whole lot more than to get me with that shit. Did that shit for 25 years, fam. 25 years of my life. I say, bro, it's gonna take a whole lot more than that to get me, fam. Anyways, but back to boxing. What did he say? Pernell Whitaker showed up for Virginia. Yeah. Yeah. Sweet Pea, man. Old dog on Sweet Pea, man. R.I.P. to Sweet Pea, man. What did they say? They say Sweet Pea died. He got killed. He got hit by a car, man, crossing the street. That's crazy. Yeah. The only, you know, in today's, the way I see it now, you know, everything is very, very simple to me. The only thing I'm interested, the only information I'm interested in is what I can apply to what I can apply to my everyday life. That's the only information that can help me. If it's something that I can apply to my everyday life, I mean, you can help me make more money. This information can show me how to make more money. This information can show me how to grow my Roth account. This information can show me how to leave my kids a lot of money, or just leave them in a great financial state when I die and pass on, because it's coming. You know what I mean? When I die and pass away, you know, it's going to help me pay my bills, or be able to buy land, or be able to buy infrastructure, or be able to build a business and stuff like that. If it, you know, that's the only information I'm interested in. That's the only information I'm interested in. If it ain't that, I'm not interested in it. Shout out to Trey. Trey, what's going on, fam? Because, you know, there's something called useless information. Do you know what useless information is? Useless information is some shit that motherfucker give you that you can't even apply to your everyday life. I don't need a nigga telling me about what was on the moon and who built spaceships and the pyramids. Like, what the fuck that got to do with 2025? Well, you know what happened 6,000 years ago? No, but I know what's happening 6,000 years later, because I'm in the present time. I can go talk to you about the moon, the stars, the planets, the this, the that. What the fuck that got to do with how listen, what the fuck that got to do with anything? That shit can't help me with my credit. That shit can't help me generating a 6-figure income. Can't help me with my credit. Can't help me generate a 6-figure income. It can't help me pay my taxes. Can't help me build my business. Can't help me do none of that shit. That shit don't mean a goddamn thing to me in 2025. Nigga, where the money at? You hear what I'm saying? Nigga, where the money at? I'm in the bottom line business. Yeah, I ain't trying to hear that shit. Yeah. Sorry about that. I got the light right there. Yeah, I ain't trying to hear that shit. What the fuck? Yeah, where the money at, nigga? Shit. Yeah, where the motherfucking money? Cardenas say frivolous conversation. Yeah, that's what it is. It's frivolous. Yeah, I want to hear that shit. We just call it friv. Yeah, man, you with the friv, man. What friv is? Friv is short for frivolous. It's a bullshit conversation. Basically, let me get it rich dummy terms. Frivolous, it's a bullshit conversation. It's meaningless. I don't want to talk to you about that shit. I'm trying to get some money. And you trying to get my money out, and you trying to get money out of my pocket to give it to you. That's what you're doing. You trying to get money out of my pocket to give it to you by telling me these, by telling me all this bullshit that I care nothing about, sir. You living in a mansion. I'm trying to figure out how I can get in my own mansion. If I'm giving you all my money, that's defeating the purpose of me getting in my mansion. Politics, same thing. Politics, the same thing, fam. They got y'all thinking Democrats and Republicans, the Democrats is the good guys and the Republicans is the bad guys, and the Republicans is the good guys and the Democrats is the bad guys. Both of them are bad guys. Democrats and Republicans are on the same team. It's a uniparty. There is no difference. That shit like religion. I don't fuck with you because I'm in the Baptist church. Oh, I'm a Muslim. What type of Muslim you is? I'm a Sunni Muslim. I'm a Shia Muslim. I'm an Orthodox Muslim. So you got many different variations of Islam. Oh, I'm in the Nation of Islam. Well, you ain't no Muslim. That's black nationalism. Ain't no such thing as a member in the NOI being a Muslim. And I can argue that point very easy. I'm gonna tell you how. This how you bust that up. Do you believe that Elijah Muhammad is the message of Allah? Yeah. Do you believe that Allah appeared in the person of Master Muhammad? Yeah. Sir, you just admitted to shirk. That kills that right there. Ain't no more to talk about. Now you may do it in the name of Islam, but that's not Islam. That kill you right there. Yeah, I don't care about none of that shit. I don't care about no religions. I don't care about no politics. Even though I get involved in politics, but yeah, I just see it for what it is, fam. I'm a realist, bro. I'm a realist. That's where I'm at. I've been there, done that, fam. I'm done. I see it for what it is. My eyes are open. I see everything for what it is, fam. It ain't gonna be no, you gotta be a hell of a motherfucker to get over on me, to run some game on me like that. Motherfuckers on the same team and they convince you that they different. Their kids go to school together. It's the same group controlling the power that's being controlled by somebody that we can't even see. You being played like a $2 hoe, don't even know it. Well, CNN said this. Fox said this. You do know that CNN, Fox, MSNBC, and all of them on the same team. You do know that, right? You know all these reporters who work on these networks, they're friends? And they're running the game on you? No, that ain't true. That ain't... okay, all right. They're on the same team, brother. They're controlled by the same entity. You've been tricked. Don't even know it. You don't even care that you're being tricked. You know, because it's like the Matrix. Some motherfuckers just want to continue to believe a lie. You remember that scene in the Matrix? The first one, where this before Neo knew he was the one and all that stuff there, right? This guy that was a part of Morpheus's team or something of that sort, he got tired of fighting in the Matrix, fighting with Agent Smith. So he sold out Morpheus's crew in order to be down with the system, the Matrix, right? So he was eating a steak. He was at a restaurant eating a steak, and he said, I know this steak isn't real. I know it's not real. But he got tired of fighting. So he chose, I forgot, he chose what to look, I just want to assimilate to be a part of the system now. And he betrayed them. That was very symbolic. I'm gonna tell you why. Even though he knew it was a lie, he chose the well dressed up lie because it was sweet to him. Most people, there's two types of people that's most hated in the world. There's two things that's most hated in the world: the truth and the truth teller. The truth and the one who tells the truth. They're despised, right? The naked truth and the one who tells the truth. Most people like the lie. If you want to hear the lie, I tell you the lie, because I know that's what you want to hear. That's what you want to hear. Give him the lie. Give him what he wants. Lie to him. He wants to lie. Give it to him. He like being lied to. Tell him what he like. Tell him what he like. The customer is always right. That's what they tell you in sales. The customer is always right. If the customer want to hear a lie, give it to him. Tell him sweet lies. Tell him as many lies as he want to hear. Till he decides to wake up and not want to hear the lie no more. Give him what he wants. Most people like being lied to. So give them what they want. Lie to them. They've been programmed to lie. They've been programmed to accept the lie. So give it to them. Who am I to try to wake people up? Wake them up for what? There have been many people, there have been greater people who came before me that got killed for trying to wake people up. When you try to wake the people up and they turn on you and kill you anyways. Because the people don't want to, history has shown that. Many great leaders have came and gotten killed and wiped off the planet. So who the fuck am I? Who the fuck am I? I'm not going to make the same mistake those who came before me did. Get killed for what? They died for nothing. No, I'm finna tell these motherfuckers, to tell them what they want to hear, lie to them, come up, get paid. You get what I'm saying? That's what they want. That's what the people want. Give it to them. Give them what they want. That's what they are accustomed to. He say if you tell one lie, you got to tell another lie to cover up the last one. That's what they want. People like to lie. They like to lie. You lied to me. Yeah, I know I lied to you. And what? I'm going to lie to you again. And you're going to accept it. Because you're accustomed to hearing the lie. You don't want the truth. What your boy say? Do you want the truth? Yes, I want the truth. Do you want the truth? Yes, I want the truth. You can't handle the truth. Couldn't handle the truth. You know what, dog? You can't handle the truth. You can't handle it. You can't handle it. You don't want the truth. You don't want it. Tell them what they want to hear, man. Give them what they want to hear. That's it. Yeah, man. He say a lie can be beautiful sometimes. Yeah, the lie is always beautiful, especially if you tell it right. The truth is ugly. Don't nobody like the ugly truth or the naked truth. They want the beautiful lie. That's what they want. He say separate from the common society and fuck with those who fuck with you. Divestment is in full effect. Yeah, absolutely. But you know, like in your circle, you're gonna have people who think like you. I totally agree with that. But then the rest of the society, they are deaf, dumb, and blind. So when you're working amongst the dead, you have to treat them as such. When you're working amongst the dead. So yeah, you know, and that's how you come up. That's how you come up, because you know what? You only got a small group who think like you. These people don't know what the fuck going on, nor do they care. And if you try to teach them and try to help them, they're going to attack you anyways because you're bringing something foreign to them that they're not accustomed to hearing. So what you got to do, you got to say, okay, let me go ahead and profit off of it, like the Democrats and the Republicans are profiting off of the people. Let me profit off of them like the preacher is profiting off of you. You're there to be used. You're there to be abused. You're there for to be used as a tool to make sure that others are successful. That's what you're here for. And you're going to like it, and you're going to be happy. That's just the reality of the situation. Once I woke up and realized that, fam, I say, no, I ain't doing that. I ain't doing that. I seen how my granddaddy passed away, man. He died broke. My mother died broke. When my mama passed away, cause I was flat broke. We were flat broke at the time, and my mother didn't have a tombstone on her grave. My granddaddy got kicked out of his house off of 40th in Duluth. He got kicked out of his house and had to go stay somewhere else, and then he ended up getting full-blown cancer and dying. I didn't even get a chance to see him before he passed away. So I realized, and guess what? Life kept going. It didn't stop. Life don't give a fuck about me or anybody in this chat. This shit gonna keep going. The sun gonna continue to rise, the rays up from the east and set in the west. The earth is gonna continue to spin on its axis, while at the same time rotating around the sun. Ain't shit gonna stop. Nigga, you gonna be here today, going tomorrow, and this shit gonna keep going. It ain't gonna stop. Yep. So, I learned a valuable lesson. It took me 25 years to wake up, but I learned a valuable lesson. I said, I ain't finna make that mistake. Nah. I ain't dying broke. I'm leaving my kids with something if I leave this motherfucker. You can believe that. If I leave this motherfucker, I'm leaving my kids with, they gonna have something. And they not gonna have to have my funeral. I'm gonna tell them, look, man, y'all cremate me. Cause you ain't gonna come to the gravesite any goddamn ways. Just, look, these my instructions. I'm gonna have a DNR, do not resuscitate. If I go, don't bring me back. Just they let me go about my way. Y'all gotta keep going. And look, man, I got the Roth accounts right here for you. Get in contact with this. Everything set up for y'all. And you can have a funeral, viewing of the body, and then cremate me. Y'all keep the ashes. Yeah, man. Hold on. What time it is? Oh, I gotta get ready to go get the press credentials. I'm finna go downstairs, y'all. We gotta get ready to get down. Let me see what's up. Hold on. All right, cool. Hold on. Let me do this. Yeah, I ain't finna be taking them through all that shit. Email, yada, 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 yada. What it says. Thursday. The first fight started at 5:15 p.m. First fight started at 5:15 p.m. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna holler at y'all. Shout out to Ali. Shout out to Trey. Shout out to IG. King Henry. You get what I'm saying? He say so is shout out to Grip today. He say so is Keyshawn fighting? Nah, he not fighting. He not fighting. Shout out to JC, Green Eyes P, Ali. Shout out to King Henry. the Cardenas. Shout out to True Sports. Shout out to what's your name? Cow. I think I'm pronouncing it right. I'm not sure. Shout out to Savage Surge. Oh, shout out to One Eye K. One Eye K, what's going on, fam? One Eye K. Shout out to Kiki, she was here. Seeing some of the same names. MPR, Trey son, salute. Shout out to O. He say crazy how you when you're young, you really think you know stuff you have no experience with. Life is a trip. Yeah. Hey, you know what? Hey, you know what? It's something. It's something that I learned, right? That I learned myself. You know, when you're young, you think you know everything. When I was younger, I thought I knew everything. Now that I'm older, I realize that I don't know a goddamn thing. When you're young and inexperienced, you think you know everything. It's only when you get older, you start to develop something called wisdom. And wisdom comes from experience. Because the only way to learn life is to live life. So through your experiences, you realize, damn, because you get time to reflect. You're like, damn, man, I don't know a motherfucking thing. You get what I'm saying? But you don't realize that till years later, after you don't made all the mistakes, you don't fucked up, you don't pick bad relationships, you don't even know how to date, you don't even know how to choose a mate. Just because there's a science when it comes to mating. And I learned that from the study guys. I still do have the study guys, and I still do have my study guys. Ali know what I'm talking about. But yeah, there's a science to everything, even when you mate. And there's some good things I've learned. There's some good things I've learned from the minister and stuff like that. A lot of good things. But the bottom line is the bottom line. You get what I'm saying? You gotta, as they say in the nation, you say you eat the meat and spit out the bones. Now back then you didn't have to say no Diddy because ain't nobody talking about nothing sexual. There's nothing sexual about that. You eat the meat and spit out the bones. It's like you eating, you know what I mean? You like, that just, it is what it is. Basically what it's saying is you only consume what is needed and what's good for you, or that what you want. And then what's no good for you, you spit it out. That's basically what it means. You discard it, so to speak. You get what I'm saying? So that's just how it works. But I'll holler at y'all, man. Catch you guys on the next one. Shout out to Summit November, Keys Bulldogs. Salute. Much love to everybody, man. You know my motto. Don't beat me there, beat me there. Peace. I'm finna go get my press credentials.